If you are like me, you are consistently trying to add new credit cards to your rotation to optimize the points and miles game. But in this video, we need to talk about a very important topic, which is how often you should be applying for a credit card. Now, before we hop into that content, guys, feel free to drop me a comment below on how often you apply for new cards, as well as how many cards you have in your rotation. The frequency that you should be applying for credit cards depends if you fall into the beginner, the intermediate, or expert level of the credit card game. And how you can determine where you fall into this ranking system depends on your prior history of credit cards, as well as your overall credit card spending habits and whether you pay off your credit card at the end of every statement period. But we're going to begin talking about this ranking system with the beginner level. The beginner stage is many people's least favorite, but in my opinion, it's the most important and longest stage of your credit card journey. This is where, in my opinion, you should be applying for 1 to 2 new credit cards per calendar year. Now, I know that doesn't sound fun, guys, and I have no problem saying it. I am a person of excess. I am with you on applying for the maximum amount of sign up bonuses and credit cards that you can. But in this stage, guys, I need you to pump those brakes and only apply for 1 to 2 credit cards in this stage because you need to establish healthy credit card habits. Healthy credit card habits is what I want to say is paying off your credit card at the end of every month. This is integral, guys. I'm going to put a disclaimer right here on this part of the video because it is arguably the most important part. That is, if you do not pay off your credit card at the end of every statement period, you will eliminate any rewards that you gain throughout your journey, whether it's a sign up bonus, whether it's just regular points throughout the way, you will completely eliminate them. That is because the 22 to 26% interest rate will heavily exceed any reward you get from any credit card. Another super important tip in the beginner stage, I would say, is to stick to no annual fee credit cards in this stage. This way, we can maximize the benefits of a credit card and learn the in and outs to credit card benefits. Understanding what multipliers work at which vendors and not having to worry about that looming annual fee over your head and how to maximize it. So going for a nice boring credit card like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, it's just a general 1.5 catch-all card. A card like the Chase Freedom Flex, it's going to get you rotating categories. Or the Discover It are all amazing first credit cards in this stage. And as you evolve, that's where we can begin to dabble into those annual fee credit cards and level up our credit card game. Now that we've established healthy credit card habits and the in and outs not only to spending, but credit card applications throughout the first year, now we can begin to level up into the intermediate stage. Not only are we going to begin to apply more frequently for credit cards, but we can also level up into those more premium, kind of mid-tier credit cards now that we understand how to maximize their benefits. And the intermediate stage can be defined as applying for a new credit card every 90 to 120 days. I am currently in this stage and I plan to be here for my entire credit card journey. That is because this stage is that nice little kind of middle sweet spot where you are not over leveraging your expenses to achieve sign up bonuses, but you are organically just spending money and achieving sign up bonuses. This allows you to organically incorporate credit cards into your life and not making your entire life around credit card spending. The main reason I love the intermediate stage so much and why I'll probably always end up here is because there's provider specific rules that we really need to talk about. And the biggest one for me personally is the Chase 524 rule. As we know, Chase has the kind of unspoken rule where they only allow you to apply for 5 credit cards every 24 months. Now, this can really impair you from getting kind of those more juicy sign-up bonuses, such as the Chase Business Inks, the Chase Sapphire Preferred and Reserve. So it's very important that you kind of design your credit card rotation around the provider that appeases most to your lifestyle. Keeping Chase's 524 rule in the back of my head because this is what I value the most. I love Chase transfer partners as well as the credit cards that they have in their rotation. So I usually mold my rotation and my new applications around this rule. So in a scenario, let's say you have 0 credit cards and you are applying for your first credit card on January, you would fire out that first application in January, meaning about 90 to 120 days later, it is now April where you're going to apply for credit card number 2. Your third credit card will come in around August, your fourth credit card coming in around December, and your potentially last and 5th credit card will come in April of the following year. What I personally do is when this fifth credit card comes around, I will wait and stay at Chase 424 and actually begin to fire out business credit cards. Because as we know, business credit cards such as the Chase Business Inks, the IHG business versions, as well as the Amex do not occupy a Chase 524 status. So if you follow this framework, you will always have a open spot just in case an enticing sign up bonus comes along, and you are always working organically for sign up bonuses. Another cheat code while you're in the intermediate stage is by capitalizing on a two-player setup. Luckily, my wife doesn't really like credit cards, so I have free reigns over her 524 spots as well. So if you follow this same framework, you just bounce between your player one and player two, meaning that neither of you should be over 524 unless you are firing out those applications faster than every 90 to 120 days. Another amazing kind of cheat code you can do with a two-player setup is you can begin to bounce referral codes off each other. So if I, let's say, apply for the Chase Business Inc. credit card, I can then refer my wife and then she can apply for it and I will get the referral bonus and then she'll then go on to get another sign-up bonus. This is a great way that you can churn out those credit card points as well as keep your personal applications lower and lower and lower by capitalizing on a two-player setup. Your two-player setup can also assist you in bypassing many of the bank issuing rules, such as the Chase 524 rule, Capital One's two personal credit card limit, as well as American Express's 2 in 90 rule. So, kind of spreading the love amongst two different people allows you to bypass a lot of these limits that banks place on credit card churners, just like us in this community. Moving on to the last stage, and what I want to title the expert stage of applying for credit cards, is when you're going to apply not only for multiple credit cards in a singular month, but even multiple in a single 24-hour period. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm ever going to reach this point because this is where the credit card game can get extremely hectic. But if you are able to organically hit these areas of spend, more power to you guys. And a lot of people apply for multiple credit cards in a singular 24-hour period because you can kind of bypass some of those rules that we talked about in the earlier part of this video, where you can be at Chase, let's say 424, sneak in a Chase credit card application as well as an American Express and get approved for both of them because the banks still haven't achieved the notification of your most recent credit card application. Again, this is not my cup of tea, guys, but I don't knock it. If you are able to organically hit these spends, then go for it. You're able to churn out immense amount of credit card points as well as hit multiple sign-up bonuses in a very short period of time. Well, guys, those are the three different stages of the credit card application game. Whether you're in the beginner, intermediate, or expert levels, the most important thing, I have to say it again, I know you guys are probably so tired of hearing me say it, but that you are paying off your credit card statement at the end of every statement period. Whether you have one credit card or 10, if you are doing this, guys, this is the way that you can capitalize and make sure that you are actually gaining tangible value from the credit card game. Now, if you enjoyed this content, guys, I would highly appreciate if you smash that subscribe button as I release credit card content here on YouTube regularly. And if you want other credit card related content, I got two videos right here for you guys.